Hi everybody, it's Diane. I am coming to you from my new craft room. It is not yet ready really for business, for crafting, but I'm gonna just do a little something. I need a break from unpacking and trying to organize and get things in my house. I have to wait till somebody can put my shelves back up on the wall, my wire shelves, over my table here, because I have things that have to go there. And I don't know, I just need to figure out how I'm going to be doing it. It's always so hard for me in a new space to try to figure out how I'm going to make it work because I'm so used to the other way that I had. So I'm still working on that. I've got boxes all behind me and kind of around me. But I have a space here. My table is sort of cleared off. I've got my sewing machine set up at the other end. So I thought I would just pull out one of these themed kits that I showed you in a previous video just before I moved, and I thought, well, I can just pull this out. This one is the Western one, and it's got everything I need pretty much to make a book or two or three or four. So I thought this won't require having to access a lot of stuff that I can't find yet. So I just figured I would turn on the camera because I've missed talking with you. And I'm going to just pull out what I want to make these books. So I'm going to make three because I decided I would use this book called Smoky. There's packing tape right here. So I think it's gonna tear. So I'm gonna have to put the fabric out a little further when I do the spine. Put the fabric out a little further than I normally do, but I really like that cover, and the corners are ragged, so I'll put book corners on. The book is quite thick. The cover's thick. It has this really cool page. There's some tape there. It was discarded from a library. It was from my library, and unfortunately this page I'm going to have to cover. But there's some really cool illustrations from the book that I can use. So I'm going to make this one. And I'm going to make this one called Mavericks. It's got a saddle on it. And there's a couple pictures from that. It's a smaller book. Got this at a flea market. And then I also got this one at a flea market. I'm covering up the title because when I showed this when I first bought it, it was offensive to someone, so I'm not going to show it. Oh, it's on the spine, but I will cover that up, you know. But I like the cover. I like the image of the man, and some pictures are inside it. So I don't know if I'll use any of those, but there they are. Then I have these books that I can use pages out of. This is just a little Rand McNally book, my cowboy book. So I'll just take some pages out of that. And Tales of Wells Fargo. I think somebody sent this to me. I love this. But this page is cut. It's from 1958. Now I know Maverick was James Garner, but this guy looks like James Garner too. So was he in a TV show called Wells Fargo? So I can use those pictures, and this one it's torn there and somebody wrote on it, so I will just use pages out of this one also. Alright, so I will use the 3 book covers and some of the pages from the other books. And then I just recently went through this box. Parts, I guess, I don't know if I went through all of it, but I went through some of it when I showed my how I collect my themed pieces. So I have these library pockets that I made with a Western type of scrapbook paper from Stampin' Up. I have transfers that I have to make some fun ephemera with these Western themed transfers. I want to see how much scrapbook paper I have in this, because I pulled out some pads that have the best chance of having paper. I can't hold that. Can't do it right now. Oh, there's some more library pockets. This was really cool Stampin' Up! Paper that I got a long time ago when I got the stamps that went with them. So I can use those stamps too. I got this wallpaper that I can use. Some fabrics, I showed those in the video. Oh, I also have this cowboy book. I won't be lacking for cowboy illustrations. And Happy Ranch. I can use some of those pages maybe. Oh my goodness, more. The cowboy and his horse. I think when I'm done making these books, I am going to just sell cowboy journal kits, because I don't want to keep this stuff. I'm going to use what I want for these 3 books. I've got these stamps, and then I will just sell the rest. Got lots of stuff. More book pages. Some illustrations out of a book. Look at that one. So somebody's going to get a really cool kit, because there's going to be a lot left over. Look at that. Joe Malott, stand-in for John Wayne in The Quiet Man. Yeah, I can see where they would use him to be John Wayne. Some more stamps. Book pages with art. Somebody sent this to me. I think this should have been in my farm book, not the cowboy book. Well, it could. I think that's a donkey. That's a donkey. So this is going to go in my farm pack. I just put it in the wrong bundle. More fabric. More wallpaper. Got some charms. Okay, now we're down to the scrapbook paper. So I have this one. This came from a pad I've had for a long time. I have 2 of those. This is a scrap of that Stampin' Up! Paper. This is called Wanted Slim Jim. So, perfect. Double-sided. I'm glad that it's double-sided. Oh, I got lots of that. I bought packs of some scrapbook paper at a flea market, and there were multiples of some of the pages, and it was a really good price to get all this double-sided cardstock. I got it in lots of different themes. And so here is Wanted Buffalo Bill, so it's got the cowboy images on there, and that's the other side. And this is really pretty. This piece is called Wanted Kissin' Kate. Did I say these were Cosmo Cricket? So this one is a little more feminine, but still Western. Okay, so those are pretty heavy and stiff double-sided paper. So let's look at the pads that I got out to see if I can find some other papers that I can use. I don't even know if anybody would be interested in buying cowboy themed journals, but I have all this stuff. I'm going to make them. So here is a pail. It's got polka dots on it. My battery light's flashing. I thought that one would work. And these are also double-sided. Stiffer papers, heavier papers. So let's see what's in this. Guess not that one. This one is the Paper Studio Barnwood Pretty 2. So I thought that might have a chance at having some like that. I could use some of that. And I would copy dye these. My daughter helping me pack and stuff saw a jar of instant coffee, and it confused her because I don't drink coffee. And then she remembered what I would use it for. So it's here. I know where it is. That would be a good one. So today's Friday. The big move day was Saturday, and I've been working like a dog every day before and after that. I had all the things to attend to after I moved, getting my utilities switched over, and I just signed the papers for the sale of my house yesterday, and the closing was today, which I didn't have to go to. I went and signed the papers yesterday so that they'd be all ready. And I had to go back and take my house keys because I forgot to leave them for the new owner. So I had to do that this morning before I went to work. So, you know, there's just all kinds of stuff you have to do. And I had to get some stuff delivered. I needed to get a washer and dryer because my washer and dryer went with the house. The buyer wanted them. So I got a new washer and dryer, had them delivered, and I had to get a new freezer because I only had room for a tiny little freezer, which is fine. I don't really need a big one. And I had to get a dresser because my big bureau I couldn't take. It was too big, too wide. So I got a chest of drawers that doesn't take as much floor space, and I actually like it better than my dresser anyway. So, you know, I was here and there and everywhere. I had to go to the old house to, you know, like finish emptying it and clean it and stuff like that. And then I would have to be here to have my internet hooked up or to have things delivered. So I was just going back and forth from place to place, and I'm just glad that I'm all done, completely done with the other house now, and I can focus on this one. Alright, so I'm not going to cut these, the ones that I have to copy dye. I will not cut them until they're dyed, so I will set those aside. Let's take a look at the books. You're going to see the front of this book. You know, that's what it is. I don't know what that is, but it's going from a newspaper. And I am not going to keep the spine on this one. It's pretty worn, so I'll make a new spine. So I hope that the lighting is okay. There's it's almost like a transom light on this wall. It's not a transom, but it's just a long, wide, and narrow, wide this way and narrow this way light above here, which is great because it gives me light, but it also will allow me to have my shelves there. Because if the window was just a regular window, I wouldn't be able to put my shelves up there the way I have them. And I had fluorescent lights hanging over both of my tables in the other house, and somebody took them. I was giving away a lot of stuff when I was moving, and I gave my kids a lot of stuff, and then the people from my church that came to help, if it was something I didn't want, I'd say, well, who wants this? I didn't have room for it in my new house, or I didn't need it anymore. So somebody must have thought that I didn't need my fluorescent lights that were hanging in my craft room because they're gone. But these guys helped for free, so anyway, I would have to have somebody hang them for me anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm going to buy more or what I'm going to do. I have a lamp sitting on this side of me over here, And I don't want to leave it there because it's just going to get in my way. But I'm using it today because it is afternoon and it's not very bright out. I do have a window in the sidewall over there, but I didn't open up the blinds. So these are all old books, and so I'm cutting off the spines to make sure that I can make nice, secure ones. This book measures 6.5 by 9 1/4. So since we're here together, I will cut some paper. I know it's boring to watch. Well, instead of that, I'll just take these books apart and take some pages out. Let me see if there was anything else I wanted to talk about. So yeah, I've been constantly doing what needs to be done because I've been going to work and watching my grandsons in addition to doing all the moving stuff. This is not the kind that you can, it's glued, so I can't just have a whole folio. So I might make journaling cards out of these or something. The paper would be brittle to fold, I think. It's quite easily torn, but I can take some of the fun images and make some journaling cards or pockets or something. Let's see if there's any good pages in these books. I'm not being super careful with them like I would be if I was going to make a journal out of this book and keep all the pages. Because this isn't exactly, it's Western, but it's the Wells Fargo man, not a cowboy. This one is a prospector. That guy looks like a cowboy. They look like bad guys waiting to rob the Wells Fargo stage. Yeah, I can use some of these images. I like the buffalo. So they'll be fun. Maybe I can cut some of these squares out and make little charms out of them, like forgot her name. Catherine from, I'm sure it was Catherine. You know, I can't even think since I started this moving thing. I mean, maybe I wasn't so good at it before, but it's gotten really bad. I'm sure, I hope I'll get my brain back eventually. Anyway, somebody named Catherine cuts these things out and makes charms with them to hang on books. So I didn't do such a good job with this. This is really brittle paper, but we'll see what I can use with that. I might be able to make something. I'm not going to cut the paper today. I think I would make a mistake to today. This book is from 1951. It says, dedicated to all cowboys past and present. This is somebody's school paper. Scientific attitudes must keep accurate records. It says windward, leeward. Huh. That's nice. Dick Rogers. He was a scientist. The cowboy and his horse. Look at that. Sweet Betsy from Pike. I remember singing that in grade school. Don't you remember Sweet Betsy from Pike? That was a little low. Look at that. I can make a fun embellishment with that probably. So maybe I should do some fussy cutting tonight of some of these images. I really don't know. My goodness, there's pages throughout this. So Dick Rogers must be the student. But these don't have anything to do with being a cowboy. It's science. It says enough oxygen, enough water, proper food, proper temperature, proper pressure. Kind of funny that they're scattered throughout this cowboy book. That's a great book, and I think somebody gave this to me. It might have been Catherine Thames when we met, or no, I don't know. Somebody sent me some books in a Happy Mail too. I know Catherine gave me some stuff. But this might have come in a Happy Mail. That's a different Catherine from the one I was talking about earlier. I'm trying to remember what her YouTube name is. She lives in Canada. Look at these. Yeah, these will have to be some fun embellishments. So I'll take these in the living room while I watch something on TV. I don't have anything on TV. I just put DVDs in. I watched Frozen 2 yesterday. It was pretty cute. Let's take a look at these. I don't normally do a video while I'm doing this sort of stuff, but my videos have been few and far between lately. So hope you don't mind. Maybe I could actually, if these still work, I could find a simple one, maybe some of these, and actually iron them on some fabric and embroider them to include in the journal. That would be fun. Those are just instructions. There's a Western design. You can use these. These are cattle brands. It says to use them on a neckerchief or to decorate hems. There's a cactus, which is a test design, so I'll use that as my test to see if this actually works. Oh, I don't have an iron. My iron didn't work properly, so I got rid of it, but I didn't buy a new one yet. And that wasn't going to be my first thing that I bought. There's other things that I need for the house. I need to buy curtains. I need to buy an island for the kitchen, one of those little ones that rolls. Okay, so there's some fun things I can use. I don't know what I'll do with this. It's pretty big. I think there might be some smaller images on this wallpaper. I mean, this, I could just take a plain book and put this on the cover of the book, and it would turn it into a cowboy book. Oh, I punched the little head of the cowboy out. If my camera shuts off, it's just because the battery's low. I can stick these cards in. I can cover up the back. Oh, these are not questions I want. So I'm going to cover up the back and just have the front. These are cowgirls on the cards. This came out of the Pioneer Woman magazine. This came out of a children's book. Maybe I'll find some word snippets that I can use to decorate some of my ephemera from these children's book pages, or even from that big book of the cowboy and his horse. Uncle Rex was the children's favorite uncle. He owned a large ranch. Tell us about your ranch. So I have a dishwasher. I had a dishwasher in my other house. It came with it when we bought it, but I never used it. Well, I did, but it didn't work well. I had to wash the dishes, like rinse them off and get all the food off them before I could use them, put them in the dishwasher, because it wouldn't clean them. And then I thought, well, that's just a waste, so I stopped using it. So I have a new dishwasher with this house, but it's only me, and I haven't been cooking because I've been busy moving, so I would just warm stuff up, or, you know, I got some food from the deli and warmed it up and ate out, and then had leftovers, so I just had dishes, not cooking stuff. So I had been rinsing them and putting them in the dishwasher, and then when I decided I had enough in there to run the dishwasher, I'm sorry, I want to see. Much space is needed for so many cattle. There was no power to the dishwasher. I tried to turn it on, and there was no power. It should have had little lights on it. You know, everything is digital, so there were no lights. So I had to call the maintenance guy and ask him, how do I get power to my dishwasher? And he came over, and he had to flip a breaker, and then he had to turn the water on to the dishwasher. I'm like, well, I don't know how you expected me to use the dishwasher if that stuff wasn't done, but I'll just keep this whole paragraph and maybe cut things out of it as I need it. He's talking about the ranch. Yeah, this is about cowboys here. So, anyway, I did one load in my dishwasher. Bob had on a cowboy suit, which Uncle Rex had brought him. There's a little cowboy sitting on a bale of hay. These are from a little notepad. See if there's anything in this book. Happy Ranch. This was given to me also. Here is Happy Ranch. Tim is at Happy Ranch. Tim is happy. This is from 1961. That would be a good page. Yeah, there's some pages in here I could use. Some of you said that you would like to see the rest of my themes because I did that video showing how I collect and store pieces for themed journals, and I only showed one crate, and I don't even know if maybe I mentioned all of the themes that were in there, but I have another crate, and some of you said you'd like to know what the other themes were, so maybe that'll be my next video. I don't know if I'll use the cover of this or not, but just in case, I'll save it. Let me know what you think of a cowboy themed journal, because I'm making 3. I don't want to spend all that time making 3 journals that nobody wants. These are all pretty big images. Yeah. I'll have to figure out something to do with them. I bought that at a flea market quite a while ago and sold a lot of pieces of it, so must be there is some interest in cowboy stuff. Here's a chuck wagon. Postcard. This is from a book about fashion. Book about American costumes, so there's quite a few different cowboy pictures there. Lots of book pages. So I have more than enough to make these 3 journals, I'm sure. There's some more paper I can copy dye. Well, I have enjoyed taking this break from unpacking and trying to figure out what to do with everything. I can eat my dinner pretty soon and then maybe do some more unpacking. But I just wanted to just take a break and have a little fun. So I hope that you enjoyed seeing what I'm about to do here and are excited to see work being done on those 3 cowboy journals. Love these old covers. Thank you all for watching, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Bye.